Good morning. It's about 8 a.m. I'm going to Northern Ireland. It's a long way, so let's go. And this is the route I'll be taking. So it's just under 10 hours. 2 hours of that includes a ferry, and I'll be going up the A1. This is the A66. I've come up with the A1, didn't really film that, no point. Just stopping for a cup of tea here on the A66. We will carry on. Or I will carry on because I'm on my own on this one. Along the A66, here we are, M6, entering Scotland, it becomes the M74. It's the first turning onto the A75 that goes just north of Gretna. And this all goes through the forest of Galloway. So I'm looking forward to this. I don't know what it's going to be like. Now, if this fucking car overtakes, it's been going on there with a bloody indicator on fucking knob, right? Following this lorry with the indicator on for about 10 or 15 fucking minutes. Everyone's waiting for them to pull out. They never fucking did. Anyway, enough of that. This is the A75. I really like it. It's really quite pretty. Some parts are dual. Most of it's just like this. Two-way traffic. I've stopped again. I found one of those nice lay-bys where it's a bit of old road that's disused, and so I'm going to have a cup of tea and something to eat. Right, so I've got about 80 miles to go, well, about 100 miles to Stranraer to go. However, I've booked myself into a B&B. It was 50 quid just outside Stranraer, so I'm going to stop there. I will get the ferry in the morning, and then that will give me more time to enjoy the country roads of Northern Ireland tomorrow morning. So back on the road. I did do the first bit very quick. I am getting quite tired. I do think you could do it in one go because it's 8 hours riding separated by a little ferry. Obviously I'm not going to. Right. I've turned off the A75. This is a smaller road that goes down to where I'm staying. And I've booked a hotel. Well, it's not a hotel, it's a pub with rooms, and it was quite cheap. And it's got a breakfast. They do breakfast as well, so I'm looking forward to that. And it's really pretty. It's nice to come off the main road. Look at that sunshine. The weather is phenomenal. I'm going to get some petrol before I go to the pub for the night. This looks closed. Pay at pump. Okay. Right, the pub was incredibly close to the petrol station. I'm talking 50 yards. That was quite funny. Here we are. I'll see you in the morning. Right, good morning. It's part 2. Day 2. I was going to do this journey in one originally, and to be fair, it was putting me off. So it's early morning. It's about 9:30. The sun's coming up over there. That's absolutely beautiful. So leaving Bladnoch. The Bladnoch Inn was absolutely amazing. I highly recommend it. Met some amazing people in the bar last night. Had a good. It's one of those pubs where everyone chats and everyone feels welcome, unless you're a twat, in which case you won't be feeling welcome. But anyway, really nice, highly recommended. Food was good, drink was good. I would definitely go back, and it was quite cheap. Right, so I'm leaving Bladnoch. I'm not going back up to the A75. I was talking to a guy called Willie in the bar last night. He recommended going this way. It's narrow lanes, it cuts the corner off, and it will mean I can follow the coast road round to Stranraer. It's a little bit of it's not a detour, I mean it's going to Stranraer, but it's all narrow lanes. There's a little bit of a chill in the air this morning, but we are getting towards the end of summer. It's September tomorrow, is it? Or is it the day after? So yeah, to be expected. Now, this is the B7005. And it goes from Bladnoch over towards the coast. Once we get to the coast, the road joins another road. I think it's the A747, yeah, like the plane, he did tell me, but I can't remember. And then that road follows the coast up to Stranraer, where I will get the ferry. So I've allowed plenty of time for this, and I tell you what, so far this road is not disappointing. This is one of what I would call a technical road. There's lots of changes in tight succession. We have lots of roads like this in East Anglia where you're going round fields. Quite poor quality surface as well. So it's a bit like being at home for me, this. Except there's hills. Now, I don't know how soon I'm going to see the sea, but I'm looking forward to it, and apparently it's quite dramatic once you get to the coast. Yeah, one of the things about riding this early in the morning this time of year is the sun is so low in the sky. Now, thankfully, I'm going away from it, so it is behind me. It's lovely countryside, though. Nice green hills, not many trees, not many mountains, but nicely, hello cows, nicely rolling hills. I have to say, coming up yesterday, I know this is a 10-hour journey in total, and I've split it into, bit of mud there, I've split it into sections, but it's been really nice riding on my own. I do most of my riding these days in groups. Obviously I run my own group, it's called Forbidden Riders, look us up on Facebook if you live in East Anglia. So I'm used to riding with other people all the time. So this, a whole day yesterday riding on my own, and what's going to be a whole day today riding on my own, feels really it's quite nicely therapeutic. I can go at my own pace, go at my own speed, do what I want, stop where I want, book the hotel I want, eat where I want, drink what I want, and it's nice. Right, I'm expecting to be able to see the sea soon. There was a signpost there covered up by the trees that said Larne ferry terminal that way, not Larne, Stranraer ferry terminal that way. Now obviously I've not gone that way because I'm going the pretty way. So I'm expecting at any minute the sea will appear over the horizon. It feels a bit like when you're a kid and you go to the seaside with your mum and dad and you're trying to spot the sea. That's what I'm doing right now. There it is. It snuck up on me around a corner. I can see the sea. Isn't that beautiful? Now, gonna make some stupid comments. I'm not from this part of the world, okay? I don't know if you can see Scotland from Northern Ireland. And I don't even know how far it is across. The ferry crossing is 2 hours, okay? So 2 hours, this is the good road apparently. This is the A747. There's no traffic at this time in the morning. The ferry takes 2 hours, Stranraer to Larne, and it was really cheap. It was £40. That's £40 one way. That's a motorcycle with no pillion passenger. I do believe they charge extra for a pillion passenger, and I'm guessing a car is a lot more. But it's really good value. If you look at Google Maps or you ask most people in England where they go to get the ferry to get to Northern Ireland or to Ireland, they say you go to, where do they go? Holyhead, Liverpool, somewhere else in Wales, I can't remember. Those ferries are all quite expensive. This one's really cheap, it's great value, and you get to ride this road. Have a look at this. I mean, you've got the beach on one side, you've got the sea, you've got these beautiful cliffs. I mean, this road is worth riding in its own right, and I'm literally using this as a means to a destination. So definitely recommend coming this way. In fact, I would repeat the entire journey. I think if I did this again next year, which I'm already thinking about, if I did this journey again, I would have liked to have done small roads up through England and done the same as what I'm doing here. Maybe stayed in a B&B or something in North Yorkshire. Isn't this nice? And a fantastic camper van spot there. Look at them lots. That sea, by the way, on that side, that's Auchenmalg Bay, or Auchenmalg Bay, I don't know how you say it, please correct me in the comments. And there's a village of Auchenmalg, which was the one we just went through, I believe. Or it's the one that's coming up now. There's various caravan parks there. Really quite like this. This is fun. The road turns inland here. This must be Auchenmalg. Yeah, because that's the pub. Right, so it turns inland now and it cuts across directly to Stranraer. Right, so back on the main road, the sea is still on my left-hand side. And it's pretty much like this now, all the way to the ferry. Right, we are here. Now, I've been saying the ferry goes from Stranraer, and if you look online, it does say the ferry goes from Stranraer. There's the terminal. However, the actual P&O terminal is in Cairnryan, and there is another terminal slightly further north, just outside Cairnryan, which is the Stena Line terminal. I'm going on P&O. I didn't check the prices off Stena because P&O were 40 quid, so I thought that was good enough. I didn't actually know that Stena did this route as well. So next time I will check their prices, and if they can beat 40 quid, I will probably go on that. It's kind of helpful having a camper van in front of me because I can follow him around the terminal without having to look at the signs. This will be the first time that I have left the mainland of Great Britain on my motorbike. So I'm quite excited. It's also the biggest ferry I will have ever been on my motorbike as well. I've been on bigger ferries to France, but that doesn't count because I was in a car. Now we've got 2 booths here, and she's going to want my ticket, which is somewhere deep in my pocket. I've got it on my phone. Let's see if I can find it. Now, it's quite amazing, these RST motorcycle gloves, I can operate my phone with these gloves on. I don't know if that's intentional in the design, but I'm really pleased about that. For situations like this, it's really, really useful. Right, it's my turn. That was super simple. Didn't even need to get the ticket out, just had to confirm my registration number and my name, etc. Let's see what's going on here.
Are you carrying anything hazardous, dangerous or flammable today? No extra fuel, no bottled gas? No. Lovely. We can round the corner to the left there, you'll see on your left hand side there's a lay-by pavement and then the lay-by. Went to the second lay-by on the left.
Alright, I'm through. I guess it's a bit similar to getting on any big ferry. Just a few questions about what you're carrying. Oh, I'm parked up. I got myself a nice cup of tea and just got an hour now to wait for the ferry. Probably arrived a little bit too early, despite the detour. I obviously rode too fast. And here comes the ferry. European Causeway is its name, which is an interesting name. Probably named after Giant's Causeway. It appears to be coming in forward. I'm guessing it's going to turn round. Right, thank you. Right, we're off. Onto the ferry. I'm going first. There was 4 other bikes on the ferry. Had a nice chat with them. They were all really friendly. They did make me put my helmet on to ride down here. Apparently it's still a public road. It's not private. So, hey ho. Having said that, how can you then put a not custom check, but a security check on a public road? But we won't go there. Nice little wiggly route past all these lorries. I'm going on the top deck. I don't know if bikes always go on the top deck. It's a two-deck roll-on, roll-off ferry. And I appear to be the first person getting on. Some lorries have already gone down, but they've got their own staging area. I love the road markings, to ship. There she is, European Causeway. Bloody strange name, that. I mean, I get it, Giant's Causeway. But European anyway. Top deck, here we go. Whee! It's sad, but I'm quite excited just getting on the ferry. Cheers. Plenty of commercial vehicles on here already. Yep, I'm the first non-commercial vehicle, so I'm right at the front. There's good. To remember now what deck I'm on. So 2-hour crossing out through Ryan over to Larne. And there it is, there's Larne. And here we go. We're not the first off, some of the cars got off first. Right, annoyingly, I planned my route out to the Shepherd's Rest camping site, which is near a place called Draperstown. However, Ross, who's the organiser of this tour, has now asked me to do a little miniature detour. I'm going to Asda to meet a man called Seamus, who I've no idea who he is. I know he rides a Kawasaki, and he's got some parcel for me. It's some tools for somebody's bike or something. So, a slight detour. I'm sure it should be really easy, and to be fair, I can get a sandwich in Asda. But this is my first time riding on two wheels on Irish soil, so lovely to be here. Big sort of platform ship there behind me, don't know what that is. It's always nice having people in front of you navigating through somewhere like this, because you don't necessarily have to look at the signs. Right, so I'm not going into town, I'm going to Asda to pick up whatever it is I need to pick up. See ya, they were my ferry buddies. They're off to Spain. They're going down through Ireland, then getting the ferry from somewhere in the very south of Ireland to somewhere in the very north of Spain, and then doing the Picos Mountains. I, on the other hand, am going to Asda. Petrol's quite cheap here. There's Asda. Need to look for a ninja. Hopefully I won't be too delayed. Oh. Right, okay, I know. They're all bloody here. It's not somebody on a fucking ninja. It's Ross and the rest of the gang. They've come to meet me from the ferry. Oh, that's really good. That is cool.
Hello.
Hello.
I was expecting someone called Seamus.
Hello.
You were winding me up, weren't you?
Hi.
That was a nice surprise. That was fun, and at least I didn't have to collect any parts. We're going to head out. We're going to head south out of Larne, down a road called the B149 towards Carrickfergus. Never been there before. Right, this road is absolutely amazing. It's like a fucking roller coaster. It might be straight, but it is up and down and up and down. I'm literally coming off the fucking seat. It probably doesn't show on the camera, but it was like moguls at skiing. It was like a helter skelter, a Big Dipper. It was absolutely amazing, and it's got some nice corners on it too. This is the B149 via a place called Gleno and Beltoy, and it goes down towards Carrickfergus. Carrickfergus is a seaside resort We're going to get an ice cream there. There's a castle, apparently. And then we're going to carry on further inland towards our final destination, which is the campsite near Draperstown. Where we're spending 2 or 3 nights and be exploring Northern Ireland. Hopefully I'll do a video of every day. And I will link that at the end of this one. This is a fast road. This is quite impressive. Bit of mud on it there. But it's got nice corners. The first bit of it was absolutely phenomenal. It seems to have straightened out and levelled out a bit now. We will know when we get to Carrickfergus because there's a power station. It'll have big chimneys. And if you've watched my videos before, you know I like a power station. I have noticed that the rest of the group, there's me, Ross is quite a way in front of me and I'm keeping up, but the rest of the group are not now in my mirror, but this seems to be quite a long straight road. So I guess there's no harm in us speeding off. You can't possibly get lost on this road, he says. But we're going to have to pull over and wait for them at some point. But it's quite good fun. I'm enjoying this. I'm glad I've got my tint advisor on. There is Carrickfergus Power Station. It's actually called Kilroot Power Station, according to Google Maps. Surely you'll pull over here. Right, so we're going to pull in here and let the others catch up. So, they caught up. This is Carrickfergus. The guy that's just going past now, he's called Chris. He lives here. Well, he's from here anyway. I don't know if he lives here now. So he's going to lead us to somewhere to park and show us where to get ice cream from. Looks quite nice. Nice typical seaside resorts. We'll get in here. I could certainly do with an ice cream, cheers. I could certainly do with an ice cream. It's nice that people let you go when they see a group of bikes in the middle of the road. Obviously, you're kind of vulnerable, if you like. And people coming the other way are good enough to let us in, which is good. A proper car park, okay. I believe that's the ice cream shop because it's called Maud's. It's a chain, though. Anyway. Right, back on the road. We are leaving Carrickfergus. We are heading further inland. We'll be going up towards Ballyclare. Petrol is cheaper here. Not by a lot, but it's noticeably cheaper. Everywhere seems to be supermarket prices. Mind you, we haven't passed a BP or I haven't noticed a BP or a Shell, so maybe it's not cheap. Just sneak to the front here. Oh, green already. Right. It's a lot better being on a bike. You can just sneak to the front. There's a lot of flags. There, look at that. I mean, I've seen things like that on the TV, but it's nice to see it in real life. Anyway, I'm not going to get into the politics. Come on, learner, hurry up. Nice bit of fast road again. This road will lead us into Ballyclare. There's a lot of roads over here that seem to have long durations without junctions, and it's quite good for riding. And it's incredibly green. Mind you, the sun's out, so it would look like that. If you're really eagle-eyed, you'll have noticed I don't have a tent. I've actually booked a pod, which was quite cheap. I believe it was £20 a night, but there's literally nothing in it. I have got bedding. I mean, you have to bring your own bedding, is what I mean. Right, so most of this route has been rural. We are passing through only a few towns, but the quality of the roads on the whole has been good. Right, this is the approach to Ballyclare. which is probably one of the biggest towns we're passing through. We've tried to keep off main roads, which it's not dissimilar to the route I'd planned anyway. And despite what I said earlier about how lovely it was riding up through England and Scotland on my own, it's also nice to have friends with you on this bit. And it saves me worrying about where I'm going. That's the first, but it's not the first, it's one of the most noticeable murals I've come across so far. It's really weird. You see things like these wall paintings on the end of houses and all the flags. You see them on the TV, but because we don't have things like this in England, and it's actually quite nice to see them in real life. Not going to say any more than that, but it's nice to look at. My first ever visit to Northern Ireland. Ballyclare looks like a nice place though, apart from those closed shops, but hey ho, everywhere has them these days. Now if you look over there, look at that arch across the road. I'm going to pick the brain of the local guy when we stop. Right. Back on the rural roads here, it really can't be much further. I'm getting tired. I need a rest and I need a beer. There is a pub on site. There's a pub on the campsite. So we could literally stumble from our tents down to the pub. Another town with lots of flags. And mud on the road. There's another arch going under that one. Here's the campsite. Lot of gravel. I'm in the pod, which means I don't have to make my tent up. We've checked in. Thank you for watching. I'm absolutely exhausted. I'm going to the pub. I will see you in the next video.